Good morning, Franz. How you doing? Necromancer was first today. There were no early arrivals, but Necromancer was first. Fantasy was second. Neff was third. He's already gone for a nap in the shade. Have a safe drive to your medical clinic appointment. Cordo was fifth. And Ross was sixth. Hi, everybody. How's everybody today? We're gonna do more writing because I really want to get this book done. Oh, party time from Fantasy 85 streak! Woo! And also, Necromancer subscribed. Another resubscribed. 13 months in a row. It has been more than a year. Yeah! Necromancer. Crazy person. Hello, Roman. Good morning. How's everybody doing today? I slept in. I got up at 8:47. Ah, what's wrong? No! Darn, it's tier 3 sub. I'll have to get rid of some of the stuff I kept in storage in my fridge. And I thank the blackout we had a few months ago. Ooh, you didn't check that? You're exhausted and you feel like trash. Well, it's not a trash can, it's a trash can. Fantasy. Embrace the raccoon. You did check it? Botulism is invisible and has no smell, just so you know. But you usually only get it in, canned foods and jarred foods. It is called a trash can, not a trash cannot. But I love a good can't. That is true. But she said she feels like trash. I hope that at least got you to laugh. Yeah. I would be upset at having to buy things again, too. It's really that bad, huh? I recommend looking into getting more shelf-stable things in the future. Highly recommend that. Or learning canning, if you can. If there's anything that you can it. In Ontario, unprocessed food doesn't have certain taxes on it. I've never seen Poppy's Playtime period. I'm not really into horror games. I much prefer horror stories. I love creepypastas. But that isn't healthy. Canning foods isn't healthy? Well, they've been doing it for thousands of years. World building gets more baffling. How deep is that freaking factory? Goes through the planet, into the core. Oh no, you can get canned food too, and it's just as healthy. Like I just said, Roman. You can get canned food too. It's fine. Canned food is fine, but it just doesn't taste very good. And a lot of the stuff that's like pre-made food also really gross. You know what, Ross? Tag my brother cheese, not cheesus, but cheese, in the dining hall and ask him for the chickpea salad recipe video that he uses. Chickpeas are redonkulously cheap, and if you have a pressure cooker, it goes really fast to make like fresh chickpeas into a chickpea salad. You can use canned ones, but fresh, the dried chickpeas, ones you have to like soak overnight and stuff, they're much better. And ask him for any changes that he's made to it. You might actually find you really like it. I didn't think I would like this thing, and I really like it. Despite the fact that it has onions, like just raw onions in it. You gotta chop them really fine, and I always ask Chase to put less in, but I actually really like this stuff. Look, it's good energy dense food, and it's delicious. Canned food can be unhealthy, just make sure you're reading the ingredients. Yes, canned food can be unhealthy. If you're canning it yourself, you know, like taking lots of tomatoes that are on sale and then canning it yourself into like a tomato sauce or a salsa, etc. You'll save yourself a shit ton of money that way, and you'll know the ingredients that are in it. Just be careful, because if you don't do it properly, you can get botulism. So you have to make sure to sterilize things. A lot of people don't know how to can properly. I've never done canning myself, but there is the internet, and it teaches you how to do things. If you find enough sources, you'll be able to weed out the bad information. Just don't listen to AI videos. Don't drag the story without reasons if it doesn't go in an interesting path. Yeah, that's writing. Probably what time has interesting plot lines. Just teasing more than anything. And Poppy, the one who's in the title, is a minimal character, but nothing special. Well, it just seems like they're making money at this point. I will find the perfect recipe for beans on toast. Yeah, I found this video yesterday from this really, really tiny channel. And he's like, what you just watched was entirely AI, because it was like how to make a product video without even using a camera. And I'm like, oh, this will be interesting. What's he gonna say? And immediately he's like, what you just watched was entirely AI. And I stopped the video, disliked it, and left him a message saying, go fuck yourself. You're the and your environmental destruction, and you're what's wrong with the world. I left him 2 comments actually, telling him that he needs to GTFO. And as soon as his channel shows up in my feed, again, because I watched one of his videos, so I'll be recommended another one, because that's how it works. I will be like, do not recommend channel. I fill out a prompt. I am creator. Yeah. I was like, you're not an artist. And you know, it's funny, like, these people, they're like, oh, well, you know, I 3D printed this thing from this file. I'm an artist. I'm like, no, you're not. You 3D printed a thing from a file. Did you sculpt that thing yourself? No. Then you're not the artist. The sun will go down so I can see my screen. You know, we had these things called curtains, Fantasy. I found a good base. Black pepper, pink Himalayan salt, and a good helping of fine grated mature cheddar. Yeah, every time I see a channel that's just like the creepypasta community is having a problem with an influx of these creators. They're like, oh, I can use an AI to write the story, narrate the story, and put the background video in. And as soon as I find one, I just leave a comment, AI slop, garbage, go fuck yourself, dislike the video. And I've gotten to the point where when I see a new creepypasta channel show up in my feed, I always keep the tab open, that tab, so I open a new tab with that video instead of just clicking on the video in the sidebar. So that when I find out it's AI, I can go back to the previous tab and be like, do not recommend channel. Because you cannot go to the channel page and say do not recommend channel anywhere on the fucking page. It's the stupidest goddamn shit. There should be on the creator's page a do not recommend channel button. At least in the meatball menu. But no. It's on my page. And the more we push back against these people, the more they'll realize that nobody actually likes them, nobody values what they make because they don't actually make anything. They're like cryptocurrency. There's nothing behind what they've made. I have them just see-through white ones because they fit the home. I have like really shitty blackout curtains that look awful. They're kind of like falling off the hooks. You know, it looks awful, but I don't care because they block out the light. Funnily enough, they are just as well written as old creepypasta. Are you kidding? Some creepypastas are very, very well written. It's like fanfic. Like, not all of it's My Immortal. Like, some of it is very well written. I have read fanfiction that's better than anything the industry puts out. Oh yeah, Logan Paul's in trouble for running another scam. So... Yep, the whole Japanese forest thing, like, that was like, there's no way I will forgive this man. Oh yeah, the original Jeff the Killer old, yes. And, like, even back then, old creepypastas were still, you know, good. I mean, horror writers have been a thing since the dawn of time. Every time I think I'm a screw-up, I just think about, you know, Donald Trump, anyone in the GOP, or Logan Paul. They may have lots of money, but, they have no morals. And nobody actually likes them. Like, if they weren't famous, nobody would like them. Everybody around them would think they were an asshole. That's the thing about these people who are only famous because they're famous. Like, they're just... people like them because they're famous. And they want the lifestyle. I made a creepypasta about a hunter disappearing in the forest. That sometimes you can still hear his desperate screams. You should share that. Some of the best creepypastas were short, like the first Backrooms post or SCP-173. Yeah. Real America is vapid and empty. I have never heard a more apt description. China is building solar panels across mountains. Mountains that don't have any vegetation or anything. They're just dead hills. And China's building solar farms across them. If I can find a new translator though, it's handwritten, about 12 years old at that point. Yep. Type it up. Clean it up. Translate it. You see, you've got the benefit of knowing more than one language, unlike this North American. I think the Super Bowl halftime shows, Bad Bunny, Turning Point USA shows illustrate that very clearly. So, as I understand it, Bad Bunny's halftime show was very good. Turning Point USA was just miserable and stupid and being like, we don't like different things. Because they don't have the brains to broaden their horizons. As one would say in Magi Nation, this mana pool may be wide, but it's not very deep. It's an insult. Meaning you're shallow and vapid and stupid and untalented. Let me try to teach you others from my experience so you can say good words in Norwegian. I'm trying to learn French because I really need to learn French to get a job here. Although, you know, I think my job is just going to be this and writing books. I have a feeling. But I still want to learn other languages because I enjoy other languages. I'm just really, really bad at it. It's hard being country in this country these days. Yeah, I heard that one. I heard that one. I'm trying to learn Spanish. It's a slow road, yeah. The only thing I can say fluently is, do you speak French? Which I can't. Yeah, parlez-vous français? And, how are you? Comment ça va? And, of course, bonjour. Kiss my fish, drive my truck. Country music today, at least mainstream country music, is vapid AF. Look, there are some good country singers. Technically, Taylor Swift is country. Technically. Parlez-vous français? Je ne parle français. That's about the extent of my French, is I do not speak French. And parler anglais is just the short version, parler anglais. And of course, the French here is Quebec French, so it's different from France French. Très bien? Yeah. Très bien is very good. I know more French than I think I know. I can decipher it if somebody says something to me. Probably more than I can decipher German or Japanese. But I cannot formulate the sentences because the way they taught conjunction, not conjunction, conjugation. Thank you. Stupid brain. The way they taught conjugation in school just confused the ever-living fuck out of me. And I think that's where my hatred of French comes from. But also, my first language was German. And I couldn't remember certain words in French when I was in junior kindergarten. And the teacher would humiliate me in front of the class every time. She would be like, oh, what's black? And I would say schwarz. And she's like, no, why can't you remember this? I tell you all the time. And then, of course, afterwards, after junior kindergarten, I had to go to the babysitter, who was a French lady, and she was abusive to all of the other kids except her own. She wouldn't let us do anything. And, well, her other kids got to play with things. We had to, sit in the corner, face the corner, or lay on the couch and face the wall of the couch. While her kids got to play. And, I think that those are some of my earliest memories, too. And I think that just turned me off of French people and French language, and so I have, this mental block against it. Now that I'm adult, I can, fuck it, get over it, but, as a kid, it really bothered me. And, of course, the undiagnosed ADHD that I never knew I had kind of makes sense when I think back to the points where I had to start learning French. So we had junior kindergarten. I was put in French immersion junior kindergarten, and I was pulled out of it. And then I didn't have French again until grade 3 when I moved to the nation's capital from where I lived before, because they just didn't teach French as a mandatory classes in the town that I lived in. And so when I got there, I was 3 years behind everybody else, and the teachers didn't understand that, so they just thought I was stupid. So I went from a gifted student to special ed, and they never told my mom they put me in special ed. My dad didn't know either. He only found out this year. Well, last year. Within this last year. But, my grade 2 teacher, I had her for grade 1, and she selected me for her special gifted class of students. 6 students out of the entire school. I found out that I was selected on purpose because she knew there was something different about me. She may have not known what at the time. Thank you for the hydrate. She didn't know what at the time because, back then, ADHD was still very poorly understood, and it was thought to be only a boy's thing. But apparently she saw that I had a lot of potential. And that was thrown out the window after I moved to Ottawa. I'm gonna take my medicine on Maraca time because I'm late. And I only found out about that, 3 or 4 years ago when my mom told me. Before her strokes. Welcome back, Roman. So, yeah, it is possible that my language learning disability played a huge part in my early education and me shutting down when it came to learning French, and it has really definitely fucked me over. You're starting fasting? Good for you. Are you doing intermittent fasting, OMAD, long fast, dry fast, wet fast? What kind of fasting? I really, really do need to do a fast. Oh, Ramadan fasting. Oh, okay. It's that time of year again, is it? I always forget. I need to do a fast again, just to push me below 300. I'm so close. I'm still at 302 this morning. Every 11 months. Huh. I'll sometimes fast just because. It's good for you. So I'll usually go anywhere between 3 and 7 days. I haven't done a 7-day fast yet. But I've done several 5-day fasts. Just water. Otherwise, I'm like, oh mad, 1 meal a day. And the only reason I haven't skipped any of those 1 meal a days is because my brother cooks dinner every night. And my mom needs to eat, so if my brother's not here to cook dinner, then I have to make something for them. Je ne parle pas bien français. I don't speak very good French. You're trying to draw something Necromancer doesn't like. Is it feet? I'll lean into the microphone to say that. Feet where? Poor Necromancer, he just dies. Is this how you defeat Necromancers? Is you just mention feet? Oh, we got the foot hater and the foot lover. Oh no. The war is gonna begin. Poor Necromancer. As you can see, my feet are covered in big socks. They're comfy, but they hide all the little toe beans. Don't worry, my socks are clean, I promise. That's a great emote, Roman. Joke's on you, I'm into socks. So am I! I'm also in socks! Alright, we've been doing a lot of chatting now. It's already been 40 minutes since the start of stream. I suppose we should probably consider writing something in this writing stream. Shields with a shield with photos of the crypt on the inside. Better? Havarti. Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. There you go. That's my best Havarti impression. It reminds me of the anti-horny. You can't take away my horny. See, they're on my head. Okay, everybody. Let's bring up our little timer here and actually do some writing. We could change the time of day, but I really like the nighttime lighting on this background. It's really neat. Do we wanna... yeah. Let's do a bark. Bark, 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 bark. Let's add some nice keyboard noises. Yeah, Havarti's gone out again. It would seem. Let's put some cityscape down. Cursed mouse! I was wondering if it was maybe like the battery. Really does seem like my mouse is struggling now. Alright, let's move this to the side of it so I can actually see the chat. Yep. Yep, you killed Havarti again. You've slain the fish. How do you keep doing this, man? Honestly, these are very nice socks. I wish I had socks like this. The more fabric on my body, the better. Why do I have a headache? I don't have any Advil! Forgot to refill my bottle from the big bottle in the bathroom. I'm going to set the timer to go, and then I'm going to grab some Advil, take some Advil. He's too powerful to be left alive. Necrofish. Ugh! It's like microfish, but not. I stretched my back, sorry. Okay. I'm going to set the timer to go and go grab some Advil so that I can get rid of this headache that I have. And we're gonna rank. So does everybody have their projects ready? That's why I designed one of my OCs with 8-meter long loose socks. It seems like a tripping hazard. I would wear thigh-high socks if I could get thigh-high socks in my size. I'm a thigh-high kind of boy. Alright. Enough of that. Enough of being silly. We start. I'll see you in 15 minutes. We're almost starting at exactly 1:45. So I'll see you in 15. Welcome back to the land of distraction. Chapter 2 is almost finished. Nope, hear the police, not my fault. Yeah, there's a little police siren in the cityscape audio. Mutos, hello friend, how are you today? Thanks for coming by as usual. Steaming along here. Bees? Boobies. Where's Arcane Memories when you need her? That 5-minute break goes by really fast, doesn't it? Sorry, 3:40, 60 Christ. Roman's just confused. Why is it pronounced boobies if it's spelled boobies? Now I'm imagining a pair of ghost bees. Yep, they're boobies. Boob eyes. Because English, that's why. The best kind of bees, ghost bees. They make spectral honey. I can make that as a plush, a ghost bee. Oh my god. Never forget the great tits. Yep. I much prefer the little tiny ones. Tiny tits. Little white fluffy burbs. Then there's the blue-footed boobies. It's just a pair of tits with feet on it. You've got all you need to make a boobie. Do it. Make a boobie. Oh, we're receiving DMs. The great tits. Bouncing tits. It's a gif of two tits, which are birds. Great tits. And they're just, one's upside down and the other's right side up, and they're just bouncing in alternation. Trying to art, but trying to get rid of every other distraction first. That's impossible, Rouse. But you have 1 minute and 25 seconds to get... to get rid of the distractions. So, boobies, they home best in pairs. Some juices fake pop up and it just made me laugh, and then I lost my train of thought. Just complete and utter derailment. This is great news. We finally be boobies. This is good news. Wait, what? I think there's something lost there. Tits. They're great little birds, you know? They're super adorable. They're very fluffy. Well, I think most people don't want fluffy tits. Alright! Break time is over. Let's get back to work. No song for you. I'll see you in 15 minutes. Don't be too distracted by tits. Welcome back to Distraction. My dad came and took my book while we were working. The cops are coming for say, everyone hide! Yep. Hides in my locker room in the crypt behind Necromancer's dark skeleton, my army. Can't get me now. Yep. Got the very, very basic outline of a card drawing started. Woohoo! Hey, you're getting something done, even if it's a sketch. Got the last can of 7-Up Zero. I'm pouring it now into my my Conquest cup. I have a cute little cup that goes with my character. It's that same turquoise color that's the second shade on my horns. If you're going from the bottom up, it's about that color, and it's got a relief of seashells on it. And they're buffed out in a light, sort of brassy gold color. And the plain clay of this little ceramic cup. It's really cute. Holds about half a can of soda. Yeah, I just want to actually build further from this, not run into life that sets me back at least a month or two. You gotta draw faster. Draw real fast. Gotta go fast. Last year I tried making a portfolio with 3 game project ideas in 3 months to apply. I failed hard. Well, failure is the best way to learn. So, fail faster, fail more, and that way you get better. Fail faster is a legitimate way of learning new things. Yeah, they don't understand magic, and then I just Misty Step out and locks the cops in the crypts. Don't do that to the cops. I mean, the cops wouldn't be after you if you didn't do anything wrong anyways. You fail a lot, so do I. And you know what? That's okay, because I'm always learning something new. Every time I fail, I learn something new. Good one, Say. Say who wanted to be a cop. Publishers reject everything. Just expect rejections. I've submitted to 5 or 6 publishers, they all rejected me, and now when I go back and read the stuff that I sent to them, I'm like, geez, no wonder they rejected me. It's because what I sent them was shit. Seeing a kid laying on 3 chairs during a party was a mood and also a universal thing. Seeing that, I felt that. I feel that in my arthritis. I did that, but it still stings. Well, yes, rejection does sting. But you know what? You just keep trying. And besides, you don't have to go to a publisher, you know. Publishers are really just middlemen. Even if you do get published by an actual company, I'm gonna just bring this up so I can pause it for a moment. Even if you do get published by an actual company, it doesn't mean they're gonna take over everything for you. You still have to do all of your own advertising, all of your own PR. You still have to get other people to be like, oh hey, this book is interesting. All they do is go to, they're the middle manager. Well, agents are the middle manager, and the publisher just goes to all the big companies and say, we want to put this on the shelf. if you're lucky enough to get one that'll even do that much for you. But they'll handle all of the printing, all of the shipping and logistics and all of that stuff. It's just honestly, like, agents are the one who do the work of going out and giving things to publishers, and then the publishers take them and they distribute them amongst the big network of stores and shops and other network services. And it's just a middleman that takes a lot of your money. And most of the time, they don't even do the PR work. You've got to do that yourself as an author. If your emails are too professional, I just gotta assume it's ChatGPT or something. You need to dirty up your emails. Fuck that. I hate it when people are like, oh, you're professional, you must be a ChatGPT or a bot or something. Before it was like, if your emails aren't professional, you're probably a scammer. And now it has to be the other way around? Like, fuck me. I'll write however I want. And if you think I'm a bot and you're gonna trick me like one, well, that's too bad for you. You're gonna lose me. Like, I have to make deliberate spelling mistakes so Chase will read my emails? What the fuck, Chase? The Ghibli art filter is a war crime? Yes, it is. It's awful. Oh, they're just being funny. Yeah, but there are some people who are legit like that. They're like, oh, if your anatomy's right, it's AI now. When before it was like, oh, your anatomy's wrong, it's AI. They're like, you can't fucking win. Every GPT fucker at the top to trial, yeah. Can we just launch them into space? Anyways, yeah, the people are like, oh, you write really well, you must use ChatGPT, you use M dashes, you must use ChatGPT. Oh, you've got a semicolon in your book, you must have used ChatGPT. Never mind the fact that, like, I may not speak well, but I write very well. Because I have a degree in English rhetoric and professional fucking writing. My main character, he has a little bit of a stutter at the start of the story, and he slowly starts to lose it over the course of the book. You're being called away. Oh, joy. I will only assume if it doesn't feel personal. Well, generally, yes. Whenever I write a professional letter or email to someone, I try to make it personal. I don't write well. I write well, I don't speak well because I was always given shit whenever I did. Yeah. Well, like, I actually don't like swearing, but I use it because, well, that's just the way people speak. Everybody gives a shit for whenever they speak up. Yep. Also, why don't you speak up? Insert name here. Yep. Gets shit whenever they speak up? Yeah. I think you mean gets shit, not gives shit. And people are hypocritical. See you later. But yeah, the whole rejection thing is tough. When you ask for advice or like an explanation, like They just reject you. They don't even tell you why they rejected you. They just reject you. It would be nice if they said, oh, your writing is just not up to our standards, or you need to work on your characterization a little bit more, you know, do some extra work and come back. Or read more books, and you'll figure it out. But, you know, that opens them up to criticism from people, right? So I understand why they don't do that. It's just frustrating when you just get a rejection and you don't know why. And it stings because, you know, you've put yourself out there, and if you're already shy, it's a huge thing to actually put yourself out there. But for the most part, when they get someone who gets rejected, people get really mad. It happens a lot. People get angry when they get rejected, and they're like, well, how dare you reject me because my thing is the greatest thing since sliced bread. And if you try to give people reasons as to why you rejected them, they might come up and be like, oh, well, you're being, like, whatever-ist. And then they'll put you on blast these days because you rejected their sweet, precious book, their baby, even if it's complete and utter ass garbage. Like, when I wish people good night to those that I know, I'll say, may you find only the sweetest of dreams when you take your longest rest. You say that to people for real, you get side-eyed weirdo. Yep. That's because people don't talk like that. I'm searching for a job and job training for 2 years. I still don't know what they want. Yeah, Roman, I've been trying to get a job since I was 14. I'm 40 now and I still haven't had a proper job. Good luck. I look at all my friends who have jobs, but they're all like... they're not actual jobs. They're just like managers of Starbucks or something, or they've been at a grocery store for the rest of their lives. That's most of my friend group. My brother's friend group, 4 years ahead of me, they all have, like, normal jobs. They work for insurance companies or the government or something like that, but just a 4-year difference. Everyone I know is working a dead-end grocery store chain, Walmart-esque kind of job. Or they're hopping from job to job to job, and they can't find anything either, or they're homeless. That's my generation. That's what happened to the middle millennials. The young millennials are all, like, computer programmers. Like the youngest of the millennials are all programmers or computer scientists. And anyone who was born from like 1984 to 1987 were just fucked. There was something about my age group that just got totally and utterly fucked over. You're either a multi-millionaire because you're a Nepo baby, or like your friends got you into really good desk jobs, or you're homeless. It's one or the other. It doesn't help that a friend I had for 20 years would start a job and 6 months be like, am I getting a raise? And if the boss said no, he'd quit outright on the spot and just walk out. Can I have his job? Yeah, like how do people get jobs? I don't understand. How do people get jobs? I apply for so many things. I never hear back. I don't even bother telling people what I applied for anymore because I just never hear back. And like, I don't have my full driver's license, so there's so many jobs that are cut off from me. And now that I'm back in the nation's fucking capital, it's like, oh, you have to be bilingual. Like, you don't even bother applying because if you're not bilingual, they will just throw out your application. The system will throw it out. There's literally no point in even applying for those positions. And people are like, well, you just gotta apply in case they don't know, they don't understand. If you don't tick the box, if the machine doesn't read what it needs, it literally just throws away your application. You've literally just wasted your time. And this is why I'm like, you know what? maybe I should just start drawing porn. Should just start taking porn commissions, because I swear to God, that's the only way to make money. Because guess what? All of the really crazy rich people who want the creepy shit, they have the money. I'll just draw the creepy shit for all the people in the Epstein files, just not children. They only get adults. I mean, like the crazy rich people. Only drawing adults. Not children. That's evil. That's gross. Just don't do that. Just do it. Hey, Envy. Just here to vibe. Much love. Yeah, we talked about jobs. It triggered me. Hope I can finally manage this so I can focus on my comic ideas without bad thoughts. You're not gonna do the tortured artist thing? Yeah, there are more UBI studies also that prove each and every time we do one of these UBI studies, it works. And people don't just become lazy degenerates, they actually do more things, and people thrive and create more art, and they give back to the economy, and they're less stressed, so they're healthier. Like, every single time we do one of these, but we won't tax the billionaires to be able to afford UBI. My artist friend drew kids playing on a playground. Well, that's different. That's not safe for work stuff. That's not adult content. There's drawing kids being kids, and then there's the illegal stuff. I won't do that. I only draw adults doing adult things. If I'm going to draw a kid, it's going to be a kid doing kid things. But isn't that what they want? That is probably what they want. They can pretend, I guess. Look, not... I was just making a joke about the Epstein files, but there are a lot of people who have a lot of money, and it seems the more money you have, the more of a degenerate you tend to be. This is why all the furries are rich. Because there's something weird about them. The ones that want, like, furry porn, like just regular furries, are usually poor. Like, the furries that pay for furry porn are the rich ones. I think the majority of furries are actually poor. Unless they have a fursuit, in which case they have, like, scrimped and saved, like, every penny for that fursuit. Because those things are heckin' expensive. If anyone here is a furry, sorry. You guys are crazy. Somebody at Conquest was in a fursuit for something, and I'm like, you're nuts. You are literally insane. It looked really good though, like goddamn. But holy shit, they must have died. Cause it was hot that week too. Like, it wasn't too hot, but it was hot enough that in a fursuit it would be like, probably not. Hope those suits are washable. Generally not. Oh, here comes tea. Thank you for tea. Tag, and I think recap videos trying to pick up some of the new slang, such as crash out. Delicate hand wash only. Dry clean, probably. Steam clean. You have to be careful though, because the acrylic fibers, or the poly fibers of all the fur will degrade and crunch up, shrink I think a casual geographic video for explaining better detail what a crash it is, namely regarding animals, be it from elephants, geese, monkeys, and tigers. Oh no, they're not washable. How do you wash away the sin? Dry clean only. Crash out is just another term for a temper tantrum, essentially. But it's like a more adult version of a temper tantrum. Because children can't crash out. That's just a temper tantrum. But when an adult crashes out, or like a teenager or something, it's just they're enraged. Yeah. Poor dry clean people. Yep. F's in the chat for the dry cleaners. I'm saluting, you can't see it. Be careful, Neff, you're turning into an old person. That's because humans are more likely to kill tigers, and tigers know it. But it's crashing out, lashing out. Same thing. Alright. I'm gonna start the timer again. I'm gonna go to the next section. We're just gonna skip. Okay. Oh, I accidentally pet the cat. There goes my mouse. Welcome to the get off my lawn age. Absolutely true. Link the video after the session. Just drop it in, like, memes or science or something. Science is... Linguistics is anthropology. That's a science. Even if it's very soft science. Okay, alright now. Distraction time! Man, I was just getting into the good part. Fantasy is poop my snoot. It is the poop snoot. Like the drip snoot. But it's a lot less weird and a lot more musical. It is the snoot. Biggest poop. The poop snoot. But fantasy snoot has been pooped by shrimping on shrimp. On shrimp spines. So much happening all at once. Hi. And just give yourself a little wave back and forth. Remember to stretch out the sides. Here we go. Nice little wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Like seaweed in the ocean currents. Just wave. Ooh. Get distracted, baka! Get distracted, nerd! How's everybody doing? My headache is gone, thank goodness. The Advil helped. I am in full form now, except for the pain in my knee, which I probably have to take Tylenol arthritis for, but I'm not going to take two at once. My knee always hurts though, because it is destroyed! I was thrown off because I was asked to do things. Voluntold, do you mean? Right now, trying to get myself together for the next session. You do that. You should just, like, lock your door. If you can. Get a lock for your door. Lock it. Finally caught a shiny alpha Pokemon. I don't know what an alpha Pokemon is. The first 151, that's all I need. Although I do like Drifloon, because it's silly. Size of concern level for Skelegrim up a notch. I'm officially worried for Skull now. Oh. Oh. That's rough. Galactic Honey! Hi! How you doing? Good to see you again. Welcome back. We're doing my co-working today. I hope Skull's okay, because he's a good bean. I need a better door plus door frame. Assuming Fuckface doesn't just resort to breaking the whole frame open or wall. I would check Habitat for Humanity and learn how to hang a door. Ross, definitely get a door lock and like some noise canceling headphones and just hide. Ross, can I see you? Do I have a choice? Ross, can I see you? Yeah. Sadly, you have to have the stream muted. Oh, I'm so... You know what? We're doing co-working today, so there's only like 5-minute bouts of sound anyways. So, you're good. Don't worry. You won't miss much. And, if you want to find out what we're saying during the break, honey... just go to the VOD and scrub through till you get to the like 5-minute break parts, and then you'll find out what we were talking about. Last break we were talking about how I can't find a job and nobody can find jobs and millennials got fucked. Oh yeah, I was gonna look into a captions thing. I'll look into that and I'll put it like just like down below me or something. Or maybe like up above, I don't know. I'll find a spot for captions. I'll look into it. I'm so sorry. I'm sure there's a plugin that I can get. Because I know, what's their faces? Mokomade, they have one. Welcome back, Ross. Yeah, get a better door. See if you can get one at, like, Habitat for Humanity. There's gotta be one. I mean, you have access to a vehicle, you can drive, you can get one. I can't do that. But I don't need one. Well, at least you're the reliable one in the house. You're definitely earning your keep, that's for sure. Alphamons are bigger Pokemon with red eyes that have a special symbol. Chances can be different, like normally 1 in 100 chance to spawn alphas normally. Interesting. Okay. That's a new thing. The other brother's with his family, and still owes you money. You really need to pressure them to pay you back. We're gonna pause just a moment. Might make your own TTRPG. Getting my side project for once. Once I finish my fanfiction project. Oh, okay, okay. Do it. And, like, run a game on the server or something. I don't know. Get the people from the regulars to come by and play and host a show or something. Still owes you 4 figures? Well, you should get on him for that one. And, maybe start pestering his wife, too, and just be like, yeah, your husband owes me this much money, and I would very much like that money. Thank you very much. Because I could do good things with that. I'm here for the co-working, so we'll be alright. I have about 15 minutes before I have to go for lunch, though. Strict schedules. Well, I appreciate you showing up. We do have a lurk command, so if you want to lurk and get work done, do that. And I'll see about adding captions, because I've been wanting to do that, so I'll make a note for myself. Someone, like, remind me. Quick send me a DM. Remind me to look into that. Technically, chance shiny alpha mons are like a chance of 1 in 409,000. That's a lot. Well, congratulations on getting your shiny mon. Yes, but clearly he's not being a responsible man and paying back his brother for helping him out. At this point, your brother has failed as a man, you need to talk to his wife. Sometimes I wish Pokemon were real, but only sometimes. If Pokemon were real, it would be terrifying. Yes. If Pokemon were real, it would... human species would not have survived. We all would have died. Thank you for the Hydrate F and the Streech. Alright. Ross, you do your art. Just get an actual dog, Ross. Get a really big dog. If we can get you into Canada... we'll get you like a Bernese Mountain... whatever. Giant fluff ball. Be a big goof. We don't need pocket monsters in this reality. We have plenty of monsters as it is. Yeah. 400 kilometers per hour? No. They would be eroded by the friction of the air. Pokemon can coexist with humans, that's the whole point of the series. Except, canonically, they eat Pokemon too. There's some Pokemon that have near human intelligence, and then other Pokemon that are like cows. Or chickens. It's kind of weird. It's kind of like that canonical thing in Lord of the Rings. The reason why the dwarves hate the elves is because the elves used to eat dwarves. There was actually a breed of dwarves that were so dumb and animalistic, like, that the elves thought that these were just animals and they ate them. And then they met the dwarves that actually had, like, language and society and communication and tools and shit, and they're like, oh fuck, what have we done? And the dwarves were like, why are you eating us? This is creepy. Fuck you guys. Pokemon has a lot of problems. I want grilled barbecued Machamp! Carnivore salad! And then there's the Pokemon that are literally food, like the ice cream cone one. Like, do you just eat those? Do they scream when you eat them? You're valid feeling like a monster because you look like one, but if you want a real monster, you're staring right at him. Okay. Roman is unhinged. I like you. All the dogs I want are illegal in Canada because people making rules for shit they don't know anything about. Yep. That's okay. I'm allergic to dogs anyways. I'm kind of afraid of them. A little bit afraid of dogs. Not as much as I used to be. I much prefer cats. With the normal Mons, predictably the island they were on was destroyed. Yes. Cora has sent me DMs. Ah, more obsidian. Okay. The Nilux Dex entries never mentioned being edible or for some reasons. Yeah. The legendary is the fabric of space. Time was torn apart. Yep, that. Pokemon requires you to turn off your brain. The science people we're just like Pokemon. Those who are practical scientists, we're just like this is not. This doesn't make sense. Okay, next work session we go. I'm writing the main character meeting his future husbando. Okay, I need to write it. I need to go rape my boys. Back to work. action! That's whatever we've been saying this whole time. Back to work, you dogs, whip crack. So he says, back to work, whip crack. Kind of like ultra compact future ready when they go boom. We don't irradiate the fuck out of anyone when they go boom. But I'm missing things here. What is happening? I miss so many things. The only scene in the world that they're used to market ice cream and helping with the freezing. Ah, yeah, the vanilla ice cream. Pokemon. Creator Gundam had to invent a particle that disrupts radar to justify giant walking machines existing as combat vehicles. Yep. So Romulans use many singularities to power the ship's mini black hole implosions. Fun. That sounds so safe. Artificial singularities, which is why they dissipate almost immediately after the ship is destroyed. Otherwise, they'd be mini black holes dotting the galaxy. Yeah. Actually, they suspect that that's kind of what's beyond the edge of space. It's just micro black holes. Also makes me laugh with the Starfleet tactic being to eject the warp core to use as a bomb, like the measure Romulans practice this, eject the singularity core, war crime every time. Singularity torpedoes. Whoa. There are more folders. There are more folders! Christ. Korra just like so many folders. That's one of the very first episodes of Mobile Suit Gundam. It's shown that if you cut a mobile suit in half with a beam saber, and you hit the reactor, it goes boom. Yep. Take out the mobile suit with conventional weapons, it's less likely to happen. Fair enough. I love the facial expression of Soleil, so mischievous? That is how you spell mischief. This is how you spell mischievous. It's a difficult word. 'Cause it's one of those English words that kind of breaks a lot of rules. It's difficult, that one. Mischievous. Just think of mischief instead of mischief. Or the mischievous. The phonetics. You did a good job at trying to figure that one out, though. I was able to figure it out. Based on context. And, phonetics. So, good job. Who is mischief? Where are they boost? It's one of those French words. That's why it's imaginary. That's why it's so difficult. Also, I forgot that there's no timer for this one. So after the pilots try to just go for, say, the cockpit of a mobile suit, less likely to detonate the reactor. One brutal scene. I really should watch Gundam at some point. I'm more of a Macross kind of person. And no Robotech. Illegal. Go away, iCloud. God. If I didn't need Apple's uh, 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 actual, like, code, I would just install Graphene OS on this, but I don't think Face Motion 3D exists for Graphene OS. Insta-vaporize the pilot, yep. Rest of the regular show? I have not. Put the cat on screen. We can pet Lenny. We'll just, we'll drag this down. There you go. Kitty pets! I like the little cherry blossom on his head. It's so cute. Yeah, I've never had cable, so, like, I've never seen any of these shows before. Anything that was on cable television I've probably not seen, or I've seen, like, snippets of it, or I've just heard of it. It had to have been on, like, regular Canadian television. Just blasted into the airwaves for me to have seen it on a semi-regular basis. Germany never had Cartoon Network. Fair enough, fair enough. And, like, we don't have any television services. We do still have Netflix in this house, just because we've always had Netflix. But we don't have any other services. I think they had Amazon Prime for a while with the, and then they released that package where it's like everybody was automatically bumped down to the cheaper package, and then you had commercials. And, so we canceled it. Piracy. They want us to own nothing and still pay them. And, we're just like, well, if buying isn't owning, then piracy isn't illegal. Corporals want the cake and to fuck it too? Yeah, they do. And to fuck us. And, quite frankly, if buying isn't owning, then downloading isn't piracy. Germany technically has an own TV channel that airs different shows from other channels like Nickelodeon and Disney. Yeah. Fair enough. I realize that I'm a very slow writer because I'm still writing that scene. But I am also, like, pseudo-copying out the scene from previous versions because I've gotten to the point where, like, this has been refined down so much that there's not a lot I can change. So I'm at the refinement process, so I'm editing while I'm writing, and that really slows me down. That's why things are very slow right now. I don't know if I should put this on Patreon. And, like, charge, like, a couple of bucks per chapter or something. Because, like, by the end of it, you're gonna spend a lot more than you'd spend just buying the book. Too. God damn it. Well, I'm not gonna get any writing done tonight either. Okay. we're gonna hop into the next work session. We're almost done stream actually. Mm, I feel like stream's not long enough now. Writing streams feel very short because there's a lot of work time. Gundam, war as hell. Also Gundam, buy our merch. Yep. Alright, we work more. Because I want to get this done so that you guys can read it. Do some art, Ross. distraction thing. This will be the last one, or maybe we'll probably just stop now. At this point, we should just stop. We stop. Okay. Hi, you little half-troll Scald. I'm thinking of asking someone to draw a hand better than what I did, since I just drew over something I liked. Well, that's how you practice. If you're not comfortable drawing, you just practice. Practice, practice, practice. You've given me more screenshots. So, what does your, what does your node graph look like now, Cora? You gotta show me the node graph. You can't just send me screenshots of the paths. Screenshots of the boobies. There are no there are no nodes. They're just for shame. So many folders, no nodes. For shame. I got to the one part of the book that makes me laugh. And it's Alexander meeting Vaughn for the first time. And Vaughn is teasing him and Alexander like storms off and then he runs into Nana. He like literally just like almost shoves her over. Cause he's running away from Vaughn. And then Alexander leaves and Vaughn comes out and like the whole thing takes place in a locker room, like after gym class. And Vaughn just casually comes out into the hallway and stands right behind Nana, just shirtless. And she's like, she doesn't even notice at first. She turns around and she's just like face to collarbones. And she just screams, she's like, get back in your change room! It's very fun. Just imagine like a little like 5'4" British Indian girl like screaming at you. Her accent comes out really strong when she's upset. It's hilarious. So Vaughn likes to tease her because he likes to draw out her accent. Vaughn is the best character in the Witch Hunter Society, honestly. Like, there just needs to be more of him and Marcus. You get tired of it after a while, though. Welcome back, Ross. You got dragged away again. Let's turn on our actual music again so I can hear it too. Music. Monitor and output. There we go. Got some artwork done, kinda, maybe. Good! There is a node graph! Oh, it's your fanfiction one, okay. Yeah, you showed me that one before. I've added a new node for chapter 3, so I'm gonna have to do a little bit of connecting to attach it to the story. Mordecai and Rigby, if you don't join the Witch Hunter Society this instant, you're fired! Where are Mordecai and Rigby? You know who else is a witch hunter? My mom! It's entirely possible. It's an updated version, okay. Yeah. Not much has changed in my node graph since I last showed it. Oh, the regular show. Is that actual dialogue? Is the Witch Hunter Society something in the regular show? I'm very confused. Regulars. Sorry, the regulars. Expect me to know these things. I live under a rock. There is much moss and lichen on it. And mushrooms. On the moss and lichen. Mushrooms don't grow on just rocks. Although I guess lichen technically qualifies as a fungus. Is lichen a fungus or is it just a plant? That is the question. Cora, don't confuse me. How dare. Ugh, I'm gonna get dragged out grocery shopping today, I think. I like spending time with cheese, but I also like writing my book. I'll do what I want. You aren't my real dad. I'd be concerned if I was. It's like, who did I sleep with? And how? Alright. We should start seeking someone to raid. Kunst is on. We haven't raided Kunst before, have we? No thoughts, just draw. Let's work together as Kunstgebilde. Oh my god, they're like a fluffy little creature. I think it might be a fox or a raccoon or something. Hold on, I have to share this thing. It's super adorable. Where's my OBS? Look at that! Isn't it cute? I've never seen one of Kunst's streams before. That is so adorable. Here's our people. Haven't really done much. Our beautiful witches. Oh, let's turn that off again because it's hitting me in the face there. Shall we raid Kunst? Yeah, let's raid her. / raid. Kunstgebilde FB. Yeah, her name's Kunstgebilde. So we're gonna end stream a little bit early and raid Kunst 2 minutes early. It's fine. Necromancy, thank you very much for your returning subscription. I appreciate it. My Franz, we're off sailing to other waters. 11 people today, wow. The stream grows, finally. Yes, Kunst is German. We're off sailing to other waters. May you wash ashore on distant lands and find new adventure and make new Franz, bring them to the islands. The good islands. It's tropical here and it's nice. There aren't creepy people. We keep those away. We throw them back in the ocean. I know you're not supposed to throw trash in the sea, but I guess we could throw them in the volcanoes. We'll do that. But I will see you guys tomorrow at the usual time for the last stream of the week. It'll be more writing because I'm on a roll and I get so much more done when I'm hanging out with you guys. So I appreciate every last one of you always coming to my streams. Thank you so much as always. And you all have a wonderful day. And remember, I love you. Bye-bye.